No, nothing. Okay, cool. So today, did you try downloading that ISO?
Actually, it's still downloading for me.
Okay. And what about Sagar?
लैपटॉप का इशू नहीं हुआ. I'm trying to buy the laptop
Okay,
this
okay,
week.
still okay, okay, fine.
Yeah.
So today we'll see some, the Linux components, and then after I will show you the installation process. Okay, I'm recording this session, and I'm going to put it on our YouTube channel. Later, you can take a reference from this one. Hmm?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So course outcome was the last slide we have seen, right? So today we will see it. Which one? This one. Linux distribution. So yeah, which are the different Linux distributions we have? Like Linux distributions. A distribution is an OS made from the Linux kernel and supporting software. What is the kernel? That we are going to see it in our next slide. So if you look at this, it bundles Linux kernel. Basically, it called as heart of the Linux system, Linux operating system. Okay, and package manager. Package manager means the software installation, whichever the software will install on Windows machines, right? That ends with which extension? Anybody? Like everybody tried installing some softwares on Windows, I believe, right? So
Yes.
yeah, so if you look at that application, what will be the extension for that application?
For Windows,
Yeah, Windows.
it is exe.exe
Okay.
or MSI.
Yeah. .exe means executable file, and .msi means Microsoft installer. Okay, so these are the two different kind of packages that can be installed on the Windows machine. And if you look at this package manager, that means this it is referring to the same thing, whichever the the installation process will follow in the Windows machine, we are going to do it in the Linux with different package managers. So based on the platform, that particular OS will be having the different package managers. Like if you are using the Red Hat based machines, platform Red Hat based platform machines, then it should be DNF, DNF, or yum command. Or if you are using the Ubuntu, right, that is the Debian based platform, and the package ends with .deb, and the package manager will be for Ubuntu OS is apt. Okay, so this is how, that is the that is the basic difference in between the two different operating systems. And software tools, like these are the different packages that could be installed on the machine, and those could be used later, that we will see it. And desktop environments for GUI. Okay, GUI, graphical user interface distributions. You asked me, Akash, right, which ISO we need to download. So if you are the one which you pointed out, that is full ISO, and that will holds the graphical interface packages. So you are having the options to install it install with the graphical user interface or without the graphical user interface. Okay, let me add someone.
Are you sharing
Oh,
your screen?
I will share my screen. Just
Sorry
give me a
to
moment.
interrupt you.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Are you sharing your screen because your screen is not visible to
Yeah,
me?
thank you, man, sir. I'm sharing it now. Okay, just give me a moment. Let me know once it is visible.
Yes, now visible.
Yeah, okay, sorry. So, the new guy joined the class. His name is Nikhil Kole. Nikhil, will you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, myself Nikhil Kole. I have total 3.6 years of experiences to my network management role, and I have handling the Windows-based server on premise as well, working the firewall Active Directories as well, and some of cases I have working with Linux server as well, access management, that type of role. And currently I am learning on the actual Linux administrator as well as Azure administrator. That purpose I have joined the Ganesha class.
Okay, so basically he is working in IT company in Baner, okay, in Pune. So he's more technical expertise towards Windows as well as the networking thing. But right now he is looking into the Linux domain. So that is what his motive to get into the Linux administration class. He wanted to learn the Linux thing so that he will be able to enhance his technical expertise so that he will get the good opportunities in the market. Okay, so Nikhil, you were not there in our last class, so we have taken only introduction part. There was no such major technical aspects we looked into. Okay, so today also we are starting with the lab environment, like the what you call the virtual environment. We are going to set it up. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, and you're able to see my screen, right, Akash Sagar now? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
So this is what I was talking about, but I forgot to share my screen. Okay. So yeah, desktop environments like GUI distributions. So that particular ISO will come with graphical user interface packages. Okay. There are different run levels that we will see while going through the installation process. And what else? The next thing is okay, popular Linux distributions. Like if you look at this particular column, it is saying distro, and this is the usage, and these are the features of that particular OS, right? So if you look at this Ubuntu, I said it is a Debian based platform. Okay, this is one Linux operating system. This is the other one, CentOS, Alma, Linux, and Rocky. As these are three operating systems are exact replica of Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So see what it is saying, rel compatible. So if you want to use rel server, if you are not able to get the rel server, then you can get these operating systems from the internet and you can make use of it. It is exact replica of rel. And this is the Debian. Debian itself is an OS, and Arch Linux and Kali Linux. There are plenty of other Linux as well, okay, other Linux distributions as well, but these are the basic things, basic OS varieties or distributions. I have put it over here for your reference. You can go through the internet and you will find plenty of other Linux operating systems. And features, if you look at the features, what it is saying, Ubuntu. So usage is general plus server. Like if you want to make use of that particular OS as a desktop operating system, then you can install it on your machine and you can make use of it. The most the excellent example is whenever you are trying to buy some laptops from the Amazon or some other vendors, at that time it will give you some filter like with OS or without OS you want it. In that particular filter you also find with Ubuntu or only command prompt. So if you are buying that laptop using the Ubuntu, so the price of that particular Microsoft what you call the Microsoft operating system charges are reduced from the overall price. Okay, so the laptop will come with Ubuntu OS. It is a free of cost. You don't need to pay extra amount as you are going to pay it using the Microsoft OS, or else the command prompt from the Windows machine. Okay, so this is the one Ubuntu general plus the desktop plus server, both you can make use of it. And user friendly Debian based platform, as I told you, right, the platforms are two different. One is .rpm, as you said, Akash, for the Windows machines you are having .exe, .msi as an extension for the software. In the same way, we are going to have .rpm as an extension for our Red Hat machines or for CentOS, Alma Linux, and Rocky Linux. Okay, .rpm, Red Hat Package Manager. And for Ubuntu, we are going to have it as a .debian. So this is for the general, the information only. There is nothing going to be asked anybody to you about Ubuntu or with respect to this course. Okay, we are going to focus it on only Alma Linux, Rocky Linux, and CentOS. CentOS is not there anymore, so Alma or Rocky we are going to use it. And the Debian is general purpose, stable and reliable. Arch Linux is advanced users, rolling release. And Kali Linux is basically used for the hacking purpose. Most of the people try to do it pen testing, okay, vulnerability scanning, VAPT thing. The cyber security engineers or the people who are more inclined towards the cyber security thing, they will use this Kali Linux. So these are the different distributions we have. लिनक्स आर्किटेक्चर ओवरव्यू। ओके, अभी तक जो बताया मैंने ऑल गुड, या फिर कुछ कन्फ्यूजन है, या फिर कुछ बाउंस हो रहा है, ऐसा कुछ है क्या? प्लीज़ टेल मी।
All good.
ओके, निखिल।
All good, sir.
ओके, सागर, गुड का? सागर, ओके।
No, no, quick. Yes, no.
ओके, ठीक आहे, चालेल. तर आता नेक्स्ट काय आहे? लिनक्स आर्किटेक्चर ओवरव्ह्यू. ओके, सो बेसिकली what are the different components, those are most important for our Linux administration or the operating system thing. The one is kernel, core of the OS, manages hardware. Upon we'll see, we'll do the deep dive on each and every topic, but this is just an overview, so try to get through the statement, not into the core. Okay, and shell, interface between user and kernel. So what is it? What is the shell that I'm going to show it to you once I'm going to create this, the virtual environment. I will show you once. And file system. A file system means, looking at the word, anybody having any any kind of guesses, what does that mean? File system means, anybody?
It's like organizing the files in the storage.
Okay, this is the exact statement of the presentation. Anything else apart from that? Any other, in a generic way, what is the file system? Any idea? No?
Like the folders, subfolders.
Okay. Okay, ठीक है, no worries. And utilities and daemons, system services. If you look at this particular thing, it is saying system services. So just remember this system services. Try to what I'm saying is, sometimes these terms are new to you right now. Daemons and daemon is the new term for you. Whenever you are learning the Linux, it feels like this one is completely different thing. Just compare this daemon thing with the services as of now. Until and unless you know, or until and unless we'll go through the topics of services, just try to remember as daemon means the service. Whichever the service is running on the machine, that is called the daemon. Okay, that is the exact definition of daemons. But still, for your just to recall it easily, you can make it as a services means daemon. And user space, where apps run. Okay, user space, kind of the workspace, you could say, where the applications are running with respect to your kind of application built on that particular server. Let's say your server has been built for the web server, so you are going to have the IIS Apache is the application will be running on the machine, right? Nginx is also the another application which will be running on the machine. So in that way, so these are the basic the Linux architecture components, I could say, overview. And what we have, the another thing is Linux installation methods. Okay, so there are plenty of methods through which you are going to install the Linux operating system. One is by taking the DVD. If you are having the physical server, physical hardware, okay, physical server, then you will get the DVD from the Red Hat, or you make an ISO file and write it on the DVD, and you use that DVD to install the OS. Okay, that is the one way. Another way is the bootable pen drive. That is the another way. The another way is, the third way you could use, it is network installation. There are two different things. Kickstart is there, PXE is there, pre-execution environment, it could be said as a PXE installation. Kickstart installation is something where you will create a custom template. You mention all the details, like this much of space I need to particular partition. These are the different packages that should be installed on the machine. Okay, this will be the username, this will be the password. Whenever the OS gets installed, that particular user should be there. Okay, you can configure the networking things, like custom networking things like IP address, subnet mask, gateway, right? And DNS server IP addresses. And post installation things, if you want to have some particular application after the OS build is done, you can make those details, or you can put those details inside the kickstart file. So one is like the normal DVD, pen drive, network installation includes PXE, kickstart installation. Okay. Also, this is not the exactly installation methods. Cloud instances, where the AWS and GCP and Azure will be having their own Linux images. Those can be used to create a virtual machines inside the cloud platform. Okay. And ISO images that I told you to download the ISO image, right? So we'll see how to install the OS using the ISO image and accessing Linux. Okay, so before getting into the accessing Linux, we'll create one virtual machine and we'll install the OS. Okay, fine.
Yes.
अभी तक जो बोला मैंने ऑल गुड, मतलब जो मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया उसमें कुछ डाउट्स है या फिर एनीथिंग यू वांट टू हाईलाइट? ऑल गुड?
Yes, all good.
Okay, good. So this is the application link that I shared in the WhatsApp group, right? So this needs to be downloaded. I have downloaded it for my Mac OS, okay, and I installed it on my Mac laptop, right? So these are the three virtual machines that I have already created. But for your reference, I will show you how to create. Once you install this application, right? This one, the Oracle Virtual Box, okay, you will get this kind of interface where in the left side pane you won't see any servers running or any virtual machines running. These are in powered off state right now, but you won't see anything here. Okay, the fresh installation. Then what you need to do is you need to come on this new option. मैं मतलब ये पहले किसी ने किया है क्या? Anybody knows about this particular application?
Yes, sir.
Who is that? Nikhil?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Sagar, Akash, and Pawan?
No, sir.
Okay.
Actually, I have used like different application like VMware or
Oh,
something like
VMware.
that.
Okay, fine. So, Sagar, do you know what is the purpose of using this application?
For Linux,
म्हणजे नेमकं काय कशासाठी आपण हे करतोय एक्झॅक्टली काय रिझन आहे याच्याबद्दल काय आयडिया आहे?
नाही कमांड वगैरे ते रन करण्यासाठी किंवा काय म्हणतात त्याला?
ओके.
Virtual machine create करून
व्हर्च्युअल मशीन.
एन्व्हायरमेंट क्रिएट करून टास्क परफॉर्म करण्यासाठी क्लायंट सर्व्हर बनवून इंटरकनेक्टिव्हिटी आणि हे चेक करण्यासाठी बनवतोय आपण
राईट.
लॅब एन्व्हायरमेंट.
आता जे पवन, यू नो एनिथिंग अबाउट दिस एप्लिकेशन?
No, sir.
Okay, so yeah, I pinged the URLs in the group. Okay, try to download this application and then install it on your laptop. Okay, and after installing it, when you open the application, you will see this kind of interface. Okay, you won't see any information over here because the virtual machines are not there in your application because I have already created previously. So that is why I am able to see this information. So basically you will see the raw like this tab and all. Okay, so basically the purpose of using this application is if we want to practice the things for the Linux operating system or server operating system, we need a machine, right? And I believe everybody is having the Windows machine itself. So Linux commands won't work on the Windows machine. So for that purpose, we are not going to get another laptop from the market and with the Linux OS and all those things, right? So to excuse to overcome that, we are going to have this virtual box installation in the machine, and then we are going to create a virtual machines inside it, so that you are going to have a virtual machines in the in your base laptop, and it will work as a one individual server. So you can practice it over there. अभी ये बताने से ज़्यादा जब अपन create करेंगे login करेंगे then you will come to know. Okay, so here you need to click on new option, and here you can put it as a OSSW server. Okay, just anything you can put it as a name. Okay, and select the folder where you are having the enough space to put this virtual machine files over there. Okay, so my particular laptop is having, this is the only default space where I could put the files of this particular virtual machine. And ISO image, so I have this ISO image with me. I have downloaded it, this one Rocky 9.4. okay, I'm selecting this one, and और क्या है इसमें, अनअटेंडेड इंस्टॉलेशन नो, हमें ये नहीं करना है. सो हार्डवेयर, हाँ ओके. So here under the hardware, you are going to specify how much RAM, like random access memory should be there for this particular virtual machine. You can give it as a 1 GB. 1 GB is enough. And processor, yeah, for one CPU is fine because we are just testing it out. Based on the performance, you can increase it later. Like just by powering off the machine, you can change the things over here. And hard disk. So hard disk is 2 GB is not enough, so I'm going to get it as a 10. Yeah, 15 GB is fine. Okay. Till 2 TB you can mention, but you don't need the 2 terabyte. You only need 10 to 20 GB is more than enough. Okay, and this particular file as working as the virtual disk in your machine, so it will get stored over here because this is the default directory that I mentioned previously. So under this directory you are going to have this the virtual disk for this particular virtual machine. And use the existing virtual hard disk file. No, add virtual hard disk. No. Okay, so if I do what I selected, you got it right. Like I have selected RAM, I selected the processor, how many processors you want, only one. Okay, one CPU. And then I selected this hard disk part. सो हार्ड डिस्क पे मैंने 15 GB सेलेक्ट किया. ओके, आप कर सकते हो 10 या 20 GB बेस्ड ऑन योर अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ स्पेस ऑन द मशीन. अब इसके बाद आप क्या करोगे, क्लिक ऑन फिनिश. सो दिस विल गेट क्रिएटेड ओवर हियर. अभी इसमें कुछ तो मिस किया मैंने क्योंकि द सिंबल इज केम अप लाइक दिस वन, not for the other machines, right? Because I didn't selected the OS. I think OS, what you call the OS variant. Let me get into the settings. You can change all the things from here. Just select this one. Okay, this is the newly created, right? Select this one, click on settings. समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes.
Okay. तो इसमें कहाँ पे सिलेक्ट करना है? फ्लॉपी, ऑप्टिकल अपने को, या बूट ऑर्डर इज़ फाइन. फ्लॉपी को अनचेक करते हैं and select optical. We'll put it as first one because we are using the ISO file to install the OS. समझ में आया? OS इंस्टॉल करने के लिए हमने ISO फाइल चूज़ किया, उसलिए मैंने ये ISO फाइल अटैच किया मैंने CD ड्राइव से. सो दैट इज़ व्हाट द ऑप्टिकल मीन्स. CD ड्राइव हमने फर्स्ट प्रीफरेंस पे लिया सो दैट इट विल गेट बूटेड यूजिंग दैट ISO फाइल. एंड इट इज़ सेइंग टाइप में क्या ऑप्शन है हमें देखते हैं. अदर, व्हाट इज़ इट? Versions, no, right? Okay, system, storage, network, serial. We'll go one by one. Monitor count, scale, graphics. ये नेटवर्किंग थिंग क्या है ये विल सी लेटर. ओके, दिस वन NAT. वाई आई चोज NAT and you can choose the bridge adapter. The plenty of different options you have to communicate inside the virtual machines or outside the network. Okay, where is the OS thing I am seeing? Okay, that's fine. Let's start the machine. Let's see how it goes. Fail to open session for the virtual machine OSS server. Why? Arc not supported. Okay, let me see. Platform arc not supported. VBox. Let me delete this one. Let's start from the scratch. कहाँ पे है? Remove. Okay, all files fine. Okay, let's create a new. What is the add? Okay, name and operating system. Okay, master node and folder ISO images. Rocky Arc is not supported. This might be the issue, but let's see. I don't know. Type is Linux. Okay, I missed this one. Okay, type is Linux here, the operating system, and OS will be, you can select the Fedora. Fedora, anybody knows Fedora क्या है? Fedora एक kind of operating system है Linux का. Okay, तो जो भी फीचर नए वाले रेड हैट एंटरप्राइज लिनक्स में वो लोग पुट करेंगे, उससे पहले वो लोग फेडोरा में रिलीज़ करते हैं टेस्टिंग पर्पज़, कम्युनिटी बेस्ड वर्जन. ओके, तो उसमें पूरा टेस्टिंग होता है. जो भी लेटेस्ट रिलीज है, पीपल विल डाउनलोड दैट ISO, पीपल विल मेक यूज ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर OS, and they report those things, bug fixes and all, and Red Hat, monitor that bugs and all those things, and they will rectify before releasing the stable version. ठीक है, फेडोरा एक काइंड ऑफ व्हाट यू कॉल द ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम. ओके फाइन, ये हुआ हमारा. अटेंडेड नहीं करना है. हार्डवेयर में 2 GB इज़ फाइन, 1 CPU इज़ फाइन, और 2 CPU लगते हैं. ओके ठीक है. हार्ड डिस्क में 15 GB इज़ फाइन. या तो लेट्स फिनिश इट. now it came it as this one, right? This is the Fedora logo. If you look at this F, right, this is the Fedora Infinity. And let's start. अभी ISO ले लेगा या नहीं, let's see. ओके, तो इसको जूम कैसा करते देखते हैं अपन. रुक जाओ. Okay, is it visible?
Yes.
Okay, so see, the first option is, this is the, whenever you try to install any OS, Linux OS, okay, this is the standard way of the menu. Standard menu you will get, like first is install Rocky Linux 9.4. अगर आपके पास 9.9 है, 9.6 है, जो भी वर्जन डाउनलोड किया आपने, so you will get that particular minor version, and test this media and install Rocky Linux. अगर इंस्टॉल करने से पहले आपको ये जानना है कि मैं जो ISO डाउनलोड किया वो सही है या करप्टेड है, देन यू कैन ट्राई दिस ऑप्शन. एंड थर्ड ऑप्शन इज, वेन एवर द OS इंस्टॉल्ड, अगर से कुछ OS का कुछ प्रॉब्लम है या फिर कुछ इश्यू है OS के साथ, देन आपको ट्रबल शूट करना है. देन यू कैन बूट द सर्वर यूजिंग द ISO फाइल, एंड यू कैन कम इन टू द ट्रबल शूटिंग थिंग. तो अभी के लिए वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू चेक ऑन दिस पर्टिकुलर ऑप्शन. The first is install. Test, we don't need to do that because the file is, I know it's good. Okay, just click on install Rocky Linux 9.4. This is the first screen, and first enter. एंड जब भी लिनक्स पे काम करोगे इंस्टॉलेशन के साथ, एंड बाय ऑपरेशंस और टास्क एज वेल, एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग टू बी ऑन द कमांड लाइन. तो यही वाला स्क्रीन आपको मिलेगा जो अभी दिख रहा है आपको. ठीक है, सो दिस इज़ द फर्स्ट स्क्रीन, राइट. तो आपको यहाँ पे सेलेक्ट करना है विच लैंग्वेज यू वांट टू हैव इन द OS, राइट. सो हिंदी सेलेक्ट कर सकते हो, अरेबिक इज़ देयर, इंग्लिश इज़ देयर, फ्रेंच इज़ देयर. दीज आर द डिफरेंट लैंग्वेजेस दे सपोर्ट. ओके, whichever the language you want, you can select and you can go ahead. So for now we are going ahead with the English, United States, the default one. Okay, and where is the next option here? स्क्रीन छोटा हुआ क्या? Okay, so I have selected this English one. Okay, United States, and then I click on continue. Okay, sorry, 2 बार हो चुका है. कंटिन्यू. ओके, यस. सो द फर्स्ट कीबोर्ड लेआउट हमने सेलेक्ट किया था फर्स्ट ऑप्शन में. ओके, एंड देन the software will, we are going to select it out. Before doing that, you need to select the hardware, like the storage one. Okay, so what it is saying is automatic partitioning selected for now. The हार्ड डिस्क का साइज़ कितना दिया था हमने, 15 GB दिया था, तो उसको सेलेक्ट करना है हमको पहले. ओके, सेलेक्टेड दिस वन. एंड ऑटोमेटिक स्टोरेज कॉन्फ़िगरेशन अगर करना है, सो यू कैन डू दैट. अगर आपको कस्टम करना है, यू ऑल्सो कैन डू दैट, बट राइट नाउ यू डोंट हैव एनी आइडिया अबाउट द फाइल सिस्टम और द पार्टीशंस ऑफ द लिनक्स मशीन. तो हम विल गो ahead with the automatic now. Okay, whenever the topic comes for the partitioning and the file system thing, then we'll try another installation. ठीक है, अभी के लिए we'll go ahead with the standard one, automatic. ओके, डन. ठीक है, स्टोरेज सेलेक्ट हो गया हमारा. नाउ इंस्टॉलेशन सोर्स. सो इंस्टॉलेशन सोर्स क्या है हमारा, आईएसओ फाइल है, राइट. तो ये व्हाई इट इज कमिंग लाइक दिस वे. इंस्टॉलेशन सोर्स. Please complete items marked. Okay, okay, fine. इंस्टॉलेशन सोर्स में हमको कुछ सेलेक्ट तो नहीं करना है, क्योंकि वी हैव द आईएसओ फाइल फॉर द इंस्टॉलेशन, राइट. सो जस्ट कम आउट ऑफ दिस एंड विल सेलेक्ट दिस वन. इंस्टॉलेशन सोर्स आर नॉट सेट अप. जस्ट अ मिनट, देखते हैं क्या होता है. Okay, error setting up the base repository. Beta link, mirror list. रिपोजिटरी तो है नहीं. What it is saying is, basically whenever you want to install the OS from the remote the server repository, then you can mention the details over here. लेकिन हमारा वो नहीं है, हमारा ISO installation है. Basically it should have taken directly, but not sure why it is not happening. So let's wait for a minute. Error setting up base repository. क्या हुआ इसे? on the network, no on the network. कुछ ऑप्शन दिख रहा है आपको, मतलब मैं कुछ मिस कर रहा हूँ क्या यहाँ पे? Anybody? Let me see. 150%. No, nothing is there, right? On the network, no. फिर ये जा क्यों नहीं रहा यहाँ से? जस्ट अ मिनट. ये वाला अगर देखेंगे अपन, इंटेल डिनाई स्टोरेज में इससे ही इंस्टॉल हुआ है. ओके, closet mirror NFS FTP HTTPS HTTP. This option is not the valid one. On the network यहाँ पे डिसेबल नहीं है, सिर्फ एनेबल है डायरेक्टली. आई डोंट नो व्हाई. तो अपना कुछ तो गलत हुआ है while creating the machine. Let me get into that one. Okay, we'll stop this first. Power off. Master node settings. नेटवर्क में क्या है, adapter type, para virtualized network. Just a minute, guys. Settings. Let me get it here. Adapter type. यहाँ पे क्या था adapter type? Virtual para virtualized. Okay. सब सही है. Storage. DVD is right. Okay, let me start. So we the same step again. Directly install. Test नहीं करना है मीडिया. Disk file is there. Network setting, connect network USB. No. Okay. English, US. And continue. Okay. Local media. Okay, now it is showing as local media, right? So we didn't have this option previously. It was saying network one. So let's see. Let me add this disk. Okay, so we are getting this local media now, so we are fine with it. Now the other option, the first we selected keyboard, installation source is local media, that means the ISO file that we used, okay, and the installation destination that we selected for the hard disk that we created during the new virtual machine creation. Now select the software selection. So here you will see the different options like server with graphical user interface, okay, and server and integrated easy to manage server, just a server with command line interface it will be, and minimal install means it will only install 300 or 400 packages and you will get the OS ready. And this is custom operating system, like whichever the customization you want to do it, you can do that, and you can select that particular things and you can go ahead and install the OS. Okay, so now the server with GUI will take lot of time. I would have shown you that graphical thing interface. What I will do, I will install this server thing, minimal install thing right now, and I will make another virtual machine after this class offline, okay, and I will show you the graphical interface as well later tomorrow. For now we'll select this minimal install, and you could see all the packages that are available for the minimal install in this thing. These are the extra packages basically, which are the minimal install. If you select all the minimal installation packages already selected, and these are the options that you can select the add-on thing, okay. I'm not going to select anything. I do not want anything right now. So what I can do, I can go ahead and click on done now. ठीक है, समझ में आ रहा है सॉफ्टवेयर सिलेक्शन में क्या क्या बताया था मैंने. 4 ऑप्शन है, 4 ऑप्शन में विच एवर दी परफेक्ट सूट्स योर रिक्वायरमेंट यू कैन सेलेक्ट दैट वन, और उसके बाद डन करो, या फिर यू कैन सेलेक्ट दिस थिंग, ओके मुझे एड ऑन ये चाहिए, और legacy Unix compatibility, अगर old softwares कुछ है that should be compatible with the current Rocky Linux, you can select this one. कंसोल इंटरनेट टूल्स, अगर इंटरनेट एक्सेस करने के लिए कुछ टूल्स चाहिए तो यू कैन सेलेक्ट दिस ऑप्शन एज वेल, राइट, दिस वन. डेवलपमेंट टूल्स, अगर आपके पास आपका ये सिस्टम डेवलपमेंट पर्पज़ के लिए यूज़ हो रहा है देन यू कैन सेलेक्ट दिस डेवलपमेंट टूल्स. तो जो भी डेवलपमेंट के रिलेटेड जो टूल्स चाहिए तो वो इंस्टॉल हो जाएंगे. सो राइट नाउ वी आर गोइंग अहेड विथ मिनिमल इंस्टॉल एंड आई एम गोइंग टू क्लिक ऑन डन. So keyboard is done, installation source is local media, installation destination is the hard disk, and this is the language support that we have selected already, the English US one. This one also the same. Software selection is done. Kdump, what is Kdump? I am going to explain it later. So for now ignore this option, this particular thing. And time and date, it is already taken as Asia Kolkata time zone, our Indian time zone. Network and host name, if you want to customize the current network, let's say you're having some particular IP address and you're going to have it some different IP and subnet gateway and all those things, you can come here and you can modify these settings by clicking on configure. It is saying this is the DSCP, okay, by enabled, this one is enabled or disabled one, so it's enabled state right now. If you want to configure it, click on configure and you can put all the different configurations over here, like the Ethernet interface, this one interface name is this one, what is network interface thing, what is network interface name, or what are the different type of network interfaces are there that we are going to see it in our networking class. So for now just see, like this is the place where you can customize the IP address thing, okay, IPv4 settings. Right now it is selected as automatic DSCP method, okay. If you want static you can select manual or link local only. What are these options? Those are we'll explain it later. For now look into automatic one and manual one. So manual we are not going to give it, just keep it as DSCP, okay, so that machine will get the IP automatically. And just click on save and come out of this particular network and host name setting. You can set it as a host name is here, master.ossway.com, okay, apply. तो मैंने मशीन का होस्ट नेम सेट कर दिया. अभी जब भी मशीन डिप्लॉय होगा तो उसका नेम रहेगा master.ossway.com with the IP address this one 215 and I'm clicking on done now. तो अभी क्या है, सिक्योरिटी प्रोफाइल्स, ये वाला तो it is quite difficult to understand right now, so we'll explain it later for this particular thing, a security one. And the other part is root password, so you need to enter the root. What is root? पता है किसी को, कुछ पता है root मतलब क्या है? root मतलब क्या है?
Admin user.
Yes, that's it. Root means the administrator in the Linux machine, that particular administrator thing called as a root. Root user means he can do anything and everything, okay. So the password for the root we are going to give it. If you are putting the weak password, it will ask to click on done twice, okay, and if you are putting the strong one, it will directly come out of it. And later you can select the user creation. Let's say you want to add some more users, like OSSWay is also the other user, okay. So I am creating this OSSWay as a second user on the machine. Root user is already there, but we are not going to handle machine using the root user. Everybody is having the access through the normal user, and for particular commands they are going to get the access to perform some operations using the root. So done, yeah, click on done. Yeah, if you click on begin installation now, it will start installing the operating system. अभी तक जो बताया मैंने, अभी तक जो हमने देखा, all good. कुछ प्रॉब्लम है इसमें या कुछ डाउट्स है किसी ऑप्शन में?
No.
This is the time zone. If you want to select different time zone, you can select it from here, okay. This is just an interface I wanted to show. So it is already selected as Asia and Kolkata, so just done, and it will sync using the network time protocol. If you are enabling it, if your machine is having the internet, it will try to connect to the internet, it will try to sync it and update the time as per the your IST time zone or whichever the time zone you are having. Just click on done and click on begin installation now. So it will take 5 minutes mostly. समझ में आया? कुछ फास्ट हो रहा है क्या या फिर ऑल गुड है?
All good.
ओके पवन.
समझ में आ रहा है सर, जो इंस्टॉलेशन का पार्ट है वो चल रहा है.
ओके नाइस. तो ऑल गुड किसने बोला? सागर बोला या आकाश बोला था?
मैं बोला सर.
ओके गुड. आकाश.
Yeah,
वही जो एक ऑप्शन था उसमें प्रॉब्लम था, जो एरर आ रहा था पहले.
वो लोकल सोर्स लोकल वाला ऑप्शन राइट.
हम्म.
हाँ तो वो बाय डिफ़ॉल्ट जनरली वो पहले टाइम पे आईएसओ उसने सेलेक्ट नहीं किया था. कुछ तो प्रॉब्लम हुआ जो अपन न्यू मशीन क्रिएट किए ना, तो देर वॉज सम प्रॉब्लम, सो दैट इज वाई इट डिडंट पिक अप दैट पर्टिकुलर आईएसओ फाइल, द लोकल मीडिया फाइल. So next time when we come up with the settings, right? So it has identified that local ISO. That is why it was saying local source, right? समझ में है?
हाँ.
By default
तो
it
जब
was
तक-
showing as
जब तक-
networking things. Yeah.
जब तक करेक्ट सिलेक्शन नहीं होगा तब तक वो एरर शो करता है.
हाँ वो कुछ
Correct.
तो अपना VM क्रिएट करते वक्त कुछ तो प्रॉब्लम हुआ, इसलिए वो वहाँ पे फाइंड आउट नहीं हो रहा था उससे. ठीक है. बाय डिफ़ॉल्ट इट इज़ टेकिंग मिनिमल इंस्टॉलेशन इज 554 पैकेजेस. तो एकदम बेस मशीन क्रिएट होगा एंड देन यू कैन कस्टमाइज दैट OS ॲज पर युअर रिक्वायरमेंट. निखिल समजलं का रे सगळं?
हा सर समजलं सर.
ओके
मी थोडं ऑलरेडी त्याच्यावरती काम केलंय, त्याच्यामुळे हा इन्स्टॉलेशन वाट जमतो मला.
ओके. एनिथिंग एल्स? आकाश ते सोडून दुसरं काही ऑप्शन?
नाही हे आपण कोणत्या ISO यूज केल्यात? मेन डीव्हीडी वालीच ना, मिनिमम
मिनिमम नाही, हे मेन DVD आहे वाटते, कारण की हे मी खूप दिवसापूर्वी डाउनलोड केलेलं. सो इट
Okay.
मस्ट बी दी, इफ यू लुक ॲट दी साईज यू विल कम टू नो.
ओके
ओके. तर हे ह्याच्यामध्ये ग्राफिकल इंटरफेस पण आहे ना, ऑप्शन आहे तुला. सो यू कॅन सिलेक्ट दॅट ग्राफिकल इंटरफेस अँड यू कॅन इन्स्टॉल इट.
हां.
लेट मी मिनिमाइज इट. लेट मी सी मी कोणतं मशीन इन्स्टॉल केलं का ग्राफिकल थ्रू, आय डोंट नो. फक्त बघू, आपण ट्राय करू, एकच मशीन स्टार्ट करू. Okay. Tower, it is saying tower, right? So ours is not a tower, it's installing right now. Okay. तो ये वाला कमांड लाइन इंटरफेस ही है मेरे पास जो है. सो लेट मी शट डाउन दैट मशीन बिकॉज इट विल टेक द रिसोर्सेस नाउ. ओके पावर ऑफ. तो एक ही रहने दो अभी जो चल रहा है इंस्टॉलेशन. ओके. सो आपको कल ये वाला सेटअप रेडी करना है, मतलब आज कल के क्लास के लिए एवरीबडी शुड हैव द लैपटॉप. ओके. मतलब प्रैक्टिस शुरू हो जाएगा कल से, अपना टॉपिक शुरू हो जाएंगे. देन यू नीड दिस एनवायरनमेंट. You need to have this laptop with Oracle VirtualBox, okay, with one virtual machine is enough for now. तो एक वर्चुअल मशीन, उसके साथ ये OS इंस्टॉल होना चाहिए. देन वी कैन कनेक्ट टू द मशीन, वी कैन परफॉर्म डिफरेंट टास्क ऑन द मशीन. समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes.
तो अभी और एक चीज़ है, ट्राई वन थिंग, ओके, ट्राई टू गो टू दिस URL मीनवाइल. Put this option in Google Chrome, Google search bar, putty download. And click on this first link. Oh, this one is not. Oh yeah, this is the one. Then you can select this, based on the architecture of your laptop, you can select this and download this one, like putty 64-bit 83 installer MSI. Okay, this application will be useful for you to log in into the machine. As I am already on the Mac, so I have this terminal option here, so I don't need that putty here. So I'm going to log in it from here itself. So that putty will give you the access to the Linux machine inside the virtual box. Okay, कर रहे हो क्या इंस्टॉल, डाउनलोड कर रहे हो?
Yeah, actually, I have it already installed.
सर ये 64 बिट वाला ना?
हाँ, yeah, this one 64-bit 0.83. अगर आपको उबुंटू कैसा है या फिर कोई और लिनक्स आपको ट्राई करना है, सो यू कैन डाउनलोड दोज पर्टिकुलर डिस्ट्रोज एंड यू कैन ट्राई क्रिएटिंग द वर्चुअल मशीन्स. आप जस्ट ऐसे ही मतलब देखने के लिए, इंटरफेस विल बी द गुड फॉर उबुंटू. लिनक्स मिंट इज़ आल्सो गुड वन. ओके, लिनक्स मिंट भी एक ऐसा डिस्ट्रो है जहाँ पे आपको अच्छा ग्राफिकल इंटरफेस मिलेगा. तो ऐसे OS आप डाउनलोड करके ट्राई कर सकते हो by yourself, the same way, like creating a virtual machine, installing it and using it.